It was a while before the biggest consumer goods advertisers embraced digital media. The internet started life as a medium for direct response, characterized by ads that were meant to be clicked on, offering little to marketers more interested in telling stories and building brands. All that has changed, with digital now a major part of the marketing plan for the world's biggest advertisers, not only interested in online media's ability to reach connected consumers, but to do it cheaper as well. We sat down with Mainardo de Nardis, CEO of one of the world's largest media agencies, OMD, to see how brand strategies are adapting as a result.
What sort of questions are your biggest advertisers who are now spending significantly on digital asking you, and how have those questions evolved over the last 1 to 2 years?
First one is always, are we spending the right amount? And to be honest, we have clients that are asking us, are we spending too little? And clients which are asking us, are we spending too much? And of course, we have clients that have been fluctuating in terms of investments over the years. But that's just one of the questions. I think all the other questions are related to the effectiveness of digital, both in terms of direct response and brand building. Many questions are related to the connection between the media and the content, because of course you can measure content decay, need for more rotation of the advertising material in real time, and have significant differences on the results of the campaign. We also have some clients which are approaching digital more from an efficiency point of view, and others which are more focused on effectiveness.
Okay, I mean, is there a potential culture clash here? Because a lot of digital agencies started life very much as the direct response advertising, and a lot of brand advertising had to roll back the sort of dominant measure of online value, which was cost per click, which doesn't work so well. So culturally, the internet advertising started off very much as direct response. And a lot of tech companies used to call that advertising, as if that was all advertising. So it seems to me, has that held back progress on the brand side? Because everyone is thinking about cost per click, about direct response, which has driven a lot of internet spend and a lot of programmatic, particularly even today.
I think it has, and I think there is another reason why it has. Whenever you build a new specialization, you need to keep it slightly separate because specialists want to work with specialists. So all agencies over the last 10, 15 years have kept digital and new forms of digital when they were created slightly separate from mainstream. That separation, of course, creates clashes and conflicts. And that's why over the last few years everything has been reintegrated together. But by definition, whenever you've got something new, you need to create a new specialist discipline and bring in the specialist. So you've got to keep them on the side. Then it becomes mainstream again, you bring it back in. That hasn't helped. Now that there has been more integration on the side of the vendors, on the side of the clients, and on the side of the agencies, of course it's much easier. Because now we can integrate and measure things together, not separately.
Okay. And the other potential break that is often discussed is digital is a very efficient medium, and a lot of advertisers are under pressure to justify and rein in their costs. And digital really helps them do that. And you've seen sort of, budgets sort of shift to digital for that reason. And arguably, spending not enough time thinking about the long-term growth benefits of digital. So how much is that true? And costs are important. And how can we navigate, how can that conversation come round, if it is true, to looking at some long-term sort of goals as well as short-term goals?
We're going back to the discussion of cost versus value, and of course they're both important. It is very true that in terms of CPM, some components of digital have been cheaper over time and have helped clients and agencies achieve their performance targets. At the same time, if you're talking about quality, especially in video, at the same level of quality, the prices are not that much different moving across different platforms. So that advantage is not necessary there, and certainly not in every market. I think that we've got to move to integrate efficiency and effectiveness. I would say that in strategic terms, we are already there, because our clients don't tend to talk about digital versus non-digital. They talk about brands, about their needs, about their business needs, about how marketing as a whole can help them achieve their needs. And we're not in a position, or we shouldn't be in a position anymore, where we look at things disjointed, not integrated, and not measure the common effect of an integrated marketing plan, not just of each component. Because it's together that it has to produce a result. It's like a great kitchen. Each chef has to do their bits, but it has to be done at the same time with synchronism. And if one of them gets it wrong, the whole thing is wrong. But you can't just blame all the others, which may have worked. That's our job, all agencies together, making sure that all the disciplines are working in the right way. We were talking about programmatic before. We can put a lot of focus on the media element or the data element or the audience element. But if we forget about content, for example, we may have a different result at the end. It needs to be seen together. It's the whole that has to work. Otherwise, we go with the wrong campaign, with the wrong message. We don't measure the decay. It's as wrong as getting to the wrong audience.